What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley and welcome to another course review video. So far in this series, we've reviewed two courses by Brandon Beavis and Daniel Pronk, and today we are going to review a course put on by Charlie here on YouTube, and his course is called Ziptrader University. I am very excited. I've been following Charlie for about a year now. I like what he's doing and I'm very excited. We're going to pay for the course. We're going to try it out. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on it. I'm going to compare it to the courses that I've done, and all of the future courses are going to compare to this one. In the future, we're going to be looking at Stock Market Labs, Warrior Trading, and Ricky Gutierrez. So if you want to see any of those videos, make sure to click that like and subscribe button, and let's get into it. Let's get started on Stock Market U. Okay, so I'm on my YouTube homepage here, and if you want to find Charlie, you just have to type in Ziptrader, and this is what comes up. So this is his account here. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel, and we're going to go in and we're just going to go, we're going to go there, and then we're going to go to the description, and we're going to find a link to his course. So ziptraderu.com is the website for his course. I believe it's hosted on Teachable, and you can enroll now for $3.99. Basically, it kind of goes through and it tells you everything that's going to be in here. It looks like 8 hours of actionable step-by-step video and written tutorials. So that's what we are looking for. That's what we're going to review, and it's time to enroll. This video is not sponsored by Honey, but we're going to see if it works. Maybe Honey should sponsor me. Boom! I saved. We saved $59. YouTube 15. Sweet. Continue to checkout. Nice work, Honey. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to try and pay with PayPal. Okay, they're processing my payment. I am now a Ziptrader. Here we go. I've got my ID. I will receive an email confirmation shortly. And message from Charlie. I'm really excited and honored to be a part of your trading journey. As you make your way through the course material, I highly recommend you take your time and start from the bottom to work your way up. Don't skip around, stick to the process, and connect all of the dots. Remember, trading is a marathon, not a sprint. Thank you, Charlie. How do I join the private chat? Start your education. Okay, start your education. Let's do this. Okay, so we've got a couple of sections here. First is the welcome. Before you start using your broker, getting started, making trades, and using indicators and patterns. So this is going to be the meat and potatoes. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Smart trading techniques, fundamentals, value dipping, biotech toolbox, ETF toolbox, closing remarks, bonus module, scanner setup, useful files. So lots of content in here. This looks good. Let's see your instructor. A little bit of kind of just quick paragraph about him. Course curriculum though, and it gives you a nice little blurb of how far through the material you are. So this looks good. Time to get started. Let's get going. Alright, you guys, I'm done watching all the videos. I've gone through all the content. I'm done 100% of the course. Now let's get into the review. So the course structure, it costs $399 USD if you don't have Honey or you can't get a discount code. He has about 50 video lessons in there, and they range in time length from between 2 and about 30 minutes is the longest one. Most of them are around 5 to 10 minutes though. There's about 15 hours of total video time. I didn't count it up. I think there might be a little bit less than that, but somewhere between 10 and 15 hours of video time. And then when you buy the course, you do get access to the private Discord chat. You also get a couple of resources such as a trade journal, a profit and loss calculator, and a couple other things. Most of them are just simple Excel sheets, so nothing super fancy there. So the main theme of this course is short-term trading. Charlie focuses a lot on a couple of specific indicators, namely the moving averages, the MACD, the RSI, and also volume. Those are the main tools that Charlie uses. So if you're looking for Bollinger Bands or Fibonacci retracements, anything complicated, anything that's kind of in-depth and maybe that level 2 of technical analysis, you're not going to find it here. It's a pretty simple strategy based on elevating and deprecating factors. So good factors and bad factors, add them up and then kind of make your decision. And he looks for what he calls confirmation and validation, basically when an indicator moves in a specific direction or when the price moves above or below the moving average. that would give him confirmation or validation to get in and out of the trade. And the focus of it is finding good stocks to day trade. This is a short-term trading course. This is a day trade, maybe a swing trade, but it's not a long-term investment. It's not a evaluate the companies kind of course. This is focused on get in and get out of the positions, usually within the same day. Okay, now the things that I liked about this course. Number one, it was a very simple method of day trading. There was nothing super complicated about this. You could watch the course, you could watch it once, you could understand it, and then you can go and execute it. There's nothing that is mind-blowingly complicated. There's nothing that's super tough to do on this. I really like that because Charlie did a good job of simplifying day trading to basically that fundamental level that everybody can understand and everybody can get into. I like that it was easy to follow set of rules and factors to look at, and Charlie actually gives you the rules that he uses within his day trading. So when it comes to ETFs or when it comes to position sizing, he breaks down for you 3 simple rules that he uses to manage his trading and manage his portfolio. So I liked that because it did a good job of giving a new trader, somebody that maybe understands how to make a trade but doesn't have a strategy yet, it gives you a framework to operate in, and it's basically that foundational knowledge that should give you enough confidence to go out there and make your first day trade. And then the last thing that I really liked about it is Charlie did something that I haven't seen in any of the other courses. His course came with a certificate. I don't know if you can see that or not in the camera, but it made me feel good that I got a certificate and you could print it off at the end. I don't know why, but the Brandon Beavis and Daniel Pronk, I didn't see a certificate in their course. Maybe they do it. I don't know. But I kind of like that. If you go through 10 or 15 hours of the course, and then you get at least something to hang on your wall if you like that. So things I did not like about the course though. I watch a lot of Charlie's YouTube videos. He is absolutely fantastic. But if you just heard Charlie's YouTube videos, you would know it was Charlie because of how he speaks. And sometimes it can feel like Charlie's yelling at you, especially if you just sit there for like a couple hours like I did and watch the course. It's just Charlie just going 100 miles an hour right at you with information. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming, and so you got to take some breaks here and there. So other than that though, like the content was great, everything about it was good. Sometimes it just feels like Charlie's going a little too hard at you sometimes. But the strategy is very dependent on the simple moving average. So this is one thing that I did not like about Charlie's strategy, is that the overall strategy is very, very dependent on one simple thing, and that's the simple moving average on a specific time frame. So super dependent on that strategy, and where I think that could be a problem is when you come into choppy trading and the price is going back and forth above and below that simple moving average, even if you use different aggregation periods. So in those type of events, this strategy might be a little bit more difficult because it relies so dependently on one simple moving average. So that was just my perspective on that though, but that was the first thought that came to my mind. Next thing is that there was not much info on how to analyze your trading or track your performance. So Charlie does a good job of giving you a strategy and a framework, but it's just kind of a fundamental level. It doesn't really go super in depth. And so as you progress as a day trader, my belief is that you need to track your performance so that you can analyze it and improve your strategy over time. And there was nothing in the course that helped you track your performance, analyze your strategy, and if this keeps happening to you, maybe you should try this out. There wasn't any of that. It was kind of just that first stage knowledge where if this doesn't work for you, maybe you go rewatch the course again. So I thought he could have done a little bit more around that, around tracking your trade, measuring your performance, and improving over time, because I think that's super important. I also did not like how he came to his price targets. It was a very oversimplified methodology that basically included drawing a line across the price action and then putting a growth rate on it. I disagreed with that methodology. I didn't really like that methodology, but that was only one small little episode within the course, so definitely not a huge factor there. And then the last thing that I did not like was that there is almost no mention of market internals. So when you make a trade, Charlie doesn't talk about when you make that trade, you should be looking at other indexes. What's the market doing as a whole? What's the VIX doing? What's the S&P doing? If you're trading tech, should you be looking at the NASDAQ index? He didn't talk about any of that at all. I personally think that's a big part of day trading. Maybe it just doesn't have anything to do with his strategy. But for me, when I'm getting into the markets, especially at 9:30 in the morning, or I'm getting ready to go and I'm going to be day trading, how the market is acting and what the indexes are doing and what the VIX is doing is super important to how I personally trade. So I thought that could have had at least a little section within the course, but overall I thought Charlie did a good job. I'm pretty much nitpicking through all of these things. The course was good, the course was great, Charlie did a good job. These are just some of the things that I got to point out to you. Now, who is this course best suited for? That's the goal of this entire series, and this course is going to be best suited for short-term day traders. So anybody that wants to get into maybe a position or two in the morning, exit at some point throughout the day and make a little bit of profit, this is going to be a good starting point for you, because Charlie does a good job of giving you a simple strategy to get started that you can easily follow. You will need a very basic understanding of how the market works though before you get into this course. It'll probably help if you've bought or sold a stock before, or at least know what a ticker is and what earnings are and how to look up financial statements. Those kind of things would definitely be helpful. Maybe not completely necessary, but they'll help you understand the course content a little bit better. Now, when it comes to overall comparison, this is a little tricky because the first two courses I did, Daniel Pronk and Brandon Beavis, were both long-term courses. They were both long-term investing and long-term basically buy and hold kind of approaches. The next few courses I'm doing, Charlie was the first day trading course. I'm also looking at Ricky Gutierrez, Shay from Humbled Trader, Umar Ashraf from Stock Market Labs, and Ross Cameron from Warrior Pro. So if you're interested in seeing any of those reviews, definitely click that subscribe button because they're coming up really soon. But as of right now, I ranked Charlie on a couple different factors. I'm ranking everything on strategy and explanation, value for the money, how much you pay for it, and then the production quality. Is it easy to watch and enjoyable? So the cost of Charlie's course, like I said, $3.99. The strategy and explanation, I gave him a 7 on the strategy and explanation because I thought there could have been a little bit more detail and a little bit more background about the rest of the market and how he trades. But overall, I thought it was a really good job. He did a great job of giving you a simple structure to use and get started in day trading. I think you do need to build on it as you grow and as you get better in the markets, but I think Charlie did a good job of getting started. So I'm giving him a 7 there. Value for the money, I'm giving him an 8 because for $399, I paid slightly less using Honey, but I think that is phenomenal value because as a day trader, most of these courses, I know most of the other ones are much more expensive than $399. So for $399, you get like 10, 15 hours of Charlie's edited, good, put together content. So I'm giving it an 8 there. I thought that's a pretty good score. And the production quality is a 9. I'm giving pretty much everybody a 9 or a 10 on this one. There were a couple things where I thought he could have done a better job with production quality, such as having a screen recording inside of some of the lessons where he's actually inside of his broker. I thought that would have helped a little bit, but overall, the production quality was great. I am giving him a 24 out of 30. So he's kind of like in second place, but really he's the only day trading course that I've looked at so far. But I thought overall, the course was great. For $399, it's good value there. It's going to be tough for the other guys to beat. Now, finally, it was a good course. It was well put together, and I think it's a great starting point for somebody with a little bit of experience trading, but that needs to develop a strategy. Somebody that's maybe been dabbling in the market, maybe isn't super consistent, but knows they're interested in it. This is going to be a good starting point for you because it's going to give you that outline, that frame, and that structure to get started. Now, I said this at the beginning of the series that none of these videos are going to be sponsored, and none of them will be, but Charlie did have an entire section in his course where he set up a referral program. So if you are interested in signing up for Charlie's course after you watch this video, there will be a link down below that I've just kind of put together through his course. If you're interested, I think I get 20% of the funds, 20% commission on it, and you can sign up if you'd like. I've also got a bunch of resources down below, such as access to my Discord chat. There's $50 in free trading commissions when you sign up for Quest Trade, which is fantastic, especially if you live in Canada. And then lastly, there's a couple of links down there to some free Skillshare courses. Skillshare is kind of like the Netflix, but for coursework, so you can find a ton of different things on there, and there's a 2-week trial to Skillshare when you sign up with the link down below. Thank you so much for watching this series, and if you're interested in seeing the next reviews, remember to click that like and subscribe button. I sincerely appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow.